Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. I'm a counselor, a 2-time award-winning actress, and tarot reader. Enjoy your reading.
Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part bundle weekly reading. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Priscilla, and I am not just any tarot reader. As you know, I do 5 parts to all my readings. However, today, something told me, hey, listen, girl, you got to give these people, your audience, answers. So I'm using the angel answer messages. I'm going to do that first. If you guys have any questions on your mind, I'm going to pull out 2 cards and give you those answers. Then we'll move on to our energy checks with 4 different decks. Then tarot, money and career, love, and more oracle messages to close the reading. I never take the cards, so you are more than welcome to forward the reading as I shuffle, but I do not recommend that you forward it as I'm doing the 5 different parts because they connect. All right, you guys, I also use my cup of water to channel messages. I always have all the elements, fire with my candle, air we have here, and then I have my mind, which serves as the swords. Okay, so in between, I might just stop if messages come in. But if you are cross-watching, welcome. I do read in English and in Spanish, so please feel free to go to my channel, check out the Spanish reading, learn a little Spanish, and use the subtitles. Don't miss out on that. All right, you guys. All right, what do we have for Scorpio? Also, I go live, so don't forget to subscribe, but also hit the little bell. Otherwise, YouTube will not notify you when I go live. Okay, you guys, and people take advantage of that because I answer free tarot questions. All right, so whatever question you may have been asking, they're telling you to get more information. Okay, so for example, let's say you want to purchase a car and you're about to go to one dealership, right? They're telling you stop, get more information, see where else there might be a better deal. See if you can invite a brother or father to go with you. As we know, sometimes we get women get taken advantage of, and we don't want that to happen to you. All right, so next answer, please, guys, for Scorpio. Also, at the end of every video, I leave the egg ritual video so that you guys can take advantage of that, cleanse your energies. And this whole video, I describe what is really the evil eye, because a lot of people do not know, and they have these ideas that aren't. So you'll get to learn a lot about cleansing your energies, even cleansing yourself with an egg whenever you feel sick. I'm not going to go into it because there's a lot, but check out that video at the end. So you also have forgiveness, you guys. It is time to forgive. Okay, it's time to forgive somebody, yourself, a significant other. You know your story. Okay, take it as it resonates. Also, I am open for personal readings, so please take advantage of that. I do book quickly. I'm not just saying that. I really do book quickly because people see my gifts. All right, we are moving on to energy check. What do we have for Scorpio, please? I feel like some of you are really considering going back to school, and that might be the answer with regards to do more research. I know that you guys may have been checking out YouTube channels to learn a little more, Googling, but this particular thing might require you for you to actually go to college and learn it. It's a particular subject. Wow. All right. You have forgiveness a lot here. And I always tell you, my guides are always on point. I say that I'm not just any tarot reader because when I predict the cards come out. I have over 2,000 videos to show you that proof. I just finished doing Cancer's reading, and as soon as the energy cards came out, I already knew that the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords will come out. It's no joke, you guys. The proof is in the pudding. Go check it out. Don't be skeptical. Just check it out. You're going to be really, really shocked. That's why I say that I'm not just any tarot reader. It says forgive yourself. Forgiveness isn't for others. It's for you. Free yourself from guilt and shame. So this could be that you are forgiving, needing to forgive other people, but they're telling you it's you. Probably you made a decision. We might see the 5 of Cups. That you regret making with regards to anything. It doesn't have to be love. I regret becoming friends with this person. I had a feeling this person will really F up eventually, and they did, and now you're having like a lot of regrets and having to forgive yourself. Like, why did I do that? Why did I stay with this person? Why did I buy the house? You know, maybe you did something horrible to somebody and you're having to forgive yourself. All right, don't be hard on yourself. We might also see the Nine of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Nine of well, we might see the Nine of Pentacles, but we also might see the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords, the Tower and Death. But for sure, you know, I'm hoping, you know, the Five of Cups or the Four of Cups, something you're regretful about. All right, they're also telling you to be enthusiastic about something. Okay, maybe you lost that, like, that little oomph, and they're telling you get back on that. All right, you know how butterflies, they fly all over the place. They're always full of energy, okay? So if you see butterflies, that may be a sign to you of something, and it might confirm what I am letting you know. But just try to tap back into your enthusiasm. Don't let yourself vibe in a low energy. That is not cool. They're telling me, remember that thoughts become things, words become things, all right? And they're showing me a magnifying glass. I don't know why. It's almost like you need to look into something closer, have a closer look. Maybe that might have to do with the research. And we have mediation. The number 36 might be significant. The number 3 means connecting, and the number 6 means growth. It says, use this guide when you want to meet up with past over loved ones during your meditation. Okay, so because I got this card, I am going to take out, this may be that you're needing to hear from a loved one. So I'm going to take out a message from this deck of loved ones who have passed. What do we have for Scorpio, please? What do Scorpio's loved ones want to say to them? Thank you. All right, it says, there is no such thing as death. So they're basically letting you know that they are always with you. Okay, normally I don't use this deck, but my guides are calling me to do it because you need to hear this message. From the morning when I woke up, I was like, I have to do angel answer messages. I was just like, I have to. Something is not right. Something is calling me to do this. All right, I'm just gonna leave it here. All right, you guys. So yeah, so that is your message from your loved one. Okay, sorry. And then I'm going to pull out from a love oracle messages just to see. I am going to do the part of love, but I just want to see what's happening. All right. It says if they can't respect your peace, they don't deserve your presence. Respect isn't just about being nice. It's about honoring your whole self. If someone makes your nervous system glitch, it's not love. It's a red flag. Protect your vibe. All right. So this might be the person that you need to forgive. Okay. Or that you may be feeling, you know what? I made a mistake with this person because this person had no respect. You know, if it almost feels like every time you were around them, your nervous system was like, oh my God, you know, what am I going to do? What am I going to say to please this person or whatever? So no, this might be why. And all of a sudden my neck is hurting. It's almost like you were always tense around this person. Like you couldn't, they might have had like narcissistic characteristics that they wouldn't, it will be whatever they want, whatever they want, whatever they want. And nothing else matters. Horrible. All right, we're going to do tarot. I'm anticipating the Two of Cups, the Lovers. Like I told you, the Tower, the Death, Nine of Swords, even the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords. I just feel like there's a lot of swords. The Ten of Swords, the Empress, the Fool. Wait, there's something in between that they're giving me. The Six of Cups and Judgment. All right, what do we have for Scorpio, please? Show us clearly. I'm going to do 3 cards, then I'm going to do 3 more, then I'm going to do your advice, and we'll move on to money and career. What do we have for... Thank you. Wow, yeah. I didn't call that. Bummer, I should have known better. Yeah, there's definitely been like some type of betrayal here with the 7 of Swords. There was somebody who was very strategic with the way they did things, with the way they spoke to you. This is Aquarius energy. With the way they maneuver the situation. There might have been times where they made you think like you were going crazy. Like if you caught them cheating, and this is just an example. Oh, you were seeing things. I wasn't doing that. You know, very strategic, very sneaky. We might see the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. All right. Very deceptive. And it's not just with you. You know what I'm talking about. This person was like that with everybody. Yep, and that was the turning point. And that was the disrespect. Because I feel like if you were living with this person, this was a person that would be like, oh, I don't have money to give you the money for the rent this week. Oh, because I had to buy this and that. Or if you were living with them, they were probably telling you that the rent was more than what it actually was to get more money out of you. Very deceiving. Then you have Aries energy with the Empress, with the Emperor. And it almost feels like you tapped into your masculinity. Like you put your foot down and said, no more of this. You're not going to disrespect me anymore. All right. So you were like, you went from being like the peasant to being the majesty and saying, you're not messing with me anymore, and just having that power and control. Clearly, you were not effing with them anymore. Yep. And you were standing your ground. Okay. And a lot of you started to collect evidence. Like when you started to feel like something's wrong, you started to like investigate this person, trying to see if you find messages on their social media, just being very curious. And also be careful because they might be curious of you. If you're not with this person anymore, they're watching you. They may be driving by your house. This might be somebody who doesn't live far away, but they may be even gathering information about you to see what you're doing, asking mutual friends what you're doing. But this person is a person that has a very quick mind. They're very slick person. What do we have for Scorpio? You were really like very feminine, and then it was just like F you. Yeah, we have the 9 of Pentacles, as I called it. All right, yeah, this may not happen fast, but you may be coming into meeting somebody. This person might be a little bit younger than you, but somebody who's very spiritual. All right, you might be tapping into your spirituality. This is Pisces energy. This new person that may be coming in may be a Pisces. Okay. But this is somebody who's really going to express emotions. And this is also going to be somebody who you're going to be shocked that they approached you. Because this card for me is always the things that happen that we think that may be impossible. Because if you see that fish, he's breathing out of the cup. That's almost impossible. All right. So whatever. And I'm getting that this might be somebody who at some point was your friend and you always had a crush for them. And all of a sudden, but you had no idea that they would ever feel that way. And all of a sudden they come to you and they're like, okay, so this is how I feel. Now that you let go of this person that was disrespectful, maybe this person used to tell you leave them. Okay. And now, you know, you're like, oh my God, my friend was right. And now you give this person a chance. Your friend who you thought, you would never see something like that happen. And you're going to be very much in your Empress mode, right? Because I consider the 9 of Pentacles, the Empress, in the minor arcanas. So you have the Emperor and you have, yeah, that's the only major arcana you have. So this might be like this is definitely like a huge life event happening in your life that you just said, I'm not wasting my time with you. And now when you tap into that Emperor kind of thing, now you're like, you feel rich. Right now is when you are going to start doing the things that you wanted to do. If you wanted to open up a business and this relationship had you tied down because this person was so much of a slick person, like almost like a scammer, you know, you gain your independence back again. You would have been very independent when you were in with this person. And you probably left your apartment, moved in with this person, and it's almost like you became dependent on them. So they're telling you, do not ever do that again. Until you're sure about a relationship, like you're engaged and stuff, do not leave your apartment, do not leave your family. This is Virgo energy. So this person might be Virgo. The signs do not matter, but you're going back to your independence. You're like, nope, I'm not doing this. And really, really planning. It's almost like your ships are coming in. You're planning. You're planning a whole bunch of different things. Like I see like a table full of papers. You know, maybe you're like writing down things, going through papers. You know, using these papers to make decisions, to make bold decisions, because that's what the two of oh my God, wands is. All right, a lot of like you're in that decision making process. This is Aries energy, and Aries doesn't play. Once they have something in their mind, it's like, I'm going for this, and they do it. All right, you might have somebody that's an Aries sign that's in your life to help you, or that you might be reaching out to for help, because you know they're very smart. What do we have for Scorpio? Thank you. They gave me two. I'm only going to take one. All right. And it says revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. Yeah. Your light might have been just shut down. Like you might have been in the dark when you were with this person. And now it's like, you know, it's me again. I'm back to life, back to reality. Right? You know that song. All right. Okay, you guys, we are moving on to money and career. What do we have for Scorpio, please? Let's see if anything ties. Because, you know, you could have somebody who's deceitful at work. Right? But we'll see. However it resonates. But this person, if you haven't caught him already, you're going to catch him. All right. You might find like receipts in going through those papers. This is for those of you who haven't left yet. You might find receipts and confront this person. And that's when the whole thing happens and you get into an argument. They lied to you about something, or you found a receipt of them having dinner with another woman, with another man, something. All right, for money and career, we have independence. It's time to go out on your own and create your own business, or try something well outside your comfort zone. Yep, now is when you do that with the Nine of Pentacles. Now it's like, okay, I feel so independent. This person was holding me back. I'm going to do what I need to do, and you're going to be successful in doing it. Very successful, because you're a smart person. All right, and you're just gonna gain. This is not just independence with regards to your work. This is independence. Like you're gonna be you know, just doing your own thing now. Come on, oh my God, and being really mindful of what you do moving forward. All right, money management. Master your money management, create a budget, save regularly, and invest prudently to build a strong financial foundation. I feel like those of you who are starting a business are doing that. You know, you're not playing anymore, and you really want to get the ball rolling and do what you need to do. What do we have for Scorpio, please? Oh, that is crazy. Budget planning. Hold on. Oh, no. Sorry, you guys. That was that one card that was in the wrong deck. Because budget planning came out again, but it was from the same deck. So that's a message strongly. You got to like really budget. Some of you, after leaving this person, might be saving your money. Maybe you haven't left yet because you have to save your money to get your own place. That's what I'm getting. I just have to let you know what comes in. Like the different scenarios. All right. And you have limitations. Fear and doubt limit freedom of action. Let go of your worries. You were really worried. We saw that in tarot and in the beginning with this person. You were really worried because you were probably like, now, you know, that things aren't working out. I left my apartment. Now what? You know what I mean? And it's almost like you have to work a little harder, maybe get a second job, they're saying, in order to help ends meet for now until you can get settled. All right, we're moving on to love, guys. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, because when I go live, you can take advantage of asking me free tarot questions. All right, I'm going live today, Monday at 7:30. All right, why do I deserve someone like you? You don't. This is for sure you. You didn't deserve somebody like them, in other words. But take it as it resonates. You know, this person might be saying, I didn't deserve you because you were too good to me, right? And I did you wrong. What do we have for Scorpio, please? We have chemistry. I have never felt a passion this intense. This could just be you moving on, all right, with somebody. Or when this person leaves you, when you leave this person, they might realize, you know what? Man, I really messed up. Because now that I'm gone, I realize the passion that I have for this person. And that's normally what happens. Once they're gone, they're like, oops, I messed up. Or if they leave with somebody else, that's when they're like, I really messed up. But whatever. Yeah, look what it says. Distance, the separation you are experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. In some cases, it might grow. You might take this person back. This person might change. But for some other of you, you may not be going back. You may not be going back. Because you're like literally understanding, you know, this person doesn't deserve me. They're just, it's just... But the distance, right, makes the heart grow fonder. So this person, you may realize something. All right, take it as it resonates. All right, we are moving on to oracle messages, messages of the universe. What do we have for Scorpio, please? And we have release all doubts and fears. You are currently undergoing changes that are necessary for the highest good. They are changes that have been long awaited. Yep, because I told you, you were waiting a long time ago and you wouldn't let this go. You wouldn't let this go until finally you got tired. And I said it with one of the tarot cards. I think it was when we saw the Seven of Swords and the Emperor. How you went into that energy. Leave the past where it belongs in the past. Trust that everything will fall into place for you in divine timing, right? Divine timing is everything, and it's perfect. All right. Angel number messages. What do we have for Scorpio? And the changes are about you just being independent, right? Being the way that you used to. Yeah, look, the zero, starting from the beginning. That will be like the equivalent of the Fool. All right, it says limitless potential. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there is no problem. You can make it reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension and relax. Because I told you, it's almost like, remember when we said this person was so horrible that they kept, like your nerves were shot. Every time you were around them, like your body would tighten, you would just, and the card said, right, if somebody is going to put you in this state where you're going to feel like, I'm nervous around this person, you don't need to be there. You don't. All right. It says honeybee. This is the card that I saved till the end. It says, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priorities in this situation. Okay. So now we are seeing forgiveness 3 times. 3 times. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive this person. Forgiveness 3 times. That is insane. All right. What do we have? So for the initials, we have G. I'm getting Ivan and Robert. Okay, this could be first name, last name, nickname. And for more signs, we have Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Aquarius did you a number here. Okay. That was the person who, you know, did you wrong badly, stealing everything and doing all kinds of shit. All right, you guys. This has been your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I leave the long video under here. Take care. One love, and I'll see you soon. Bye, you guys.
Thanking you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.